What's up, son? You drinking it too? Oh, that's what keep y'all going during the day. You put oatmeal in it? I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of good if you look at the taste it.
Oatmeal, peanut butter, banana, your electrolyte water replacing any type of dairy. And when I work out, I'm just gonna add my whey protein.
Okay. Hey, beautiful people. Tikva, Grand Rising, Audrey Shalom, Elijah 7. What's up, bruh? Hold on. Jan, Grand Rising. Out there in California, IA. All right, beautiful people. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. It is August the 7th, 2022. Day 179 of year 4 of reading through the books of the law and the prophets and of the 4-year consecutive day count, day 1197. Love you too. Jonathan already out there? Okay. All right. Y'all have a great day. Set apart living, Grand Rising. Today, y'all, we're picking up in the book of Leka on page 412. Remember the book of Leka's found in Oahspe? I mean, everybody here know that already, but just in case somebody new comes in, new people come in from time to time, what book is that? So that way, if they watch the replay, they can find out where to find it. Remember the book, you can get it online at any time. I think they're still out of the printed versions. Amazon is out. You can get like the older 2-volume versions, but Big Blue, they out. Somebody posted something. I want to say Cosmo and Cal. On his Facebook page, I think it was either him or she Brew. They posted that I guess the actual printers of this, they didn't realize that it was going to sell out so quick. That was their second printing of this. They're working on a third. So come through, Faithist family, buying up the Oahspe, talking about it, getting everybody curious about it. They done bought it up. So if you don't have a copy of the Big Blue version, like I said, you can get, and this on Amazon is $30. I'm curious now, if when this is available again. How do you sing this song? What's the power button? Cancel. I really should figure out how to work my dishwasher. I'm curious if they're going to increase the price of it, right? Because you can get this version for $30. If you buy the previous edition where it's split into 2 volumes, volume 1 and volume 2, and they're paperback, they're $30 a piece. So to get the whole thing is $60. I'm curious, and I'm going to be watching out for when they bring it back because it's a hot commodity right now, if they're going to keep their same price or if they're going to increase it, right? And if it's going to be more than $30, you know, we're gonna see where their hearts are at. If it's in the pockets of the people or if they still want to just do what's right. I don't know. I'm watching. I ain't say it's right nor wrong. I don't know. They may need to increase the price for the to print it and get it out faster, and that's, you know, that's understandable, right? Because they didn't think it was going to sell out as fast as it did. They must not have realized how the times are changing, and more of the faithists are waking up, getting ready to be about our Father's business, right? Okay. Miss Amazing Wonders. Shalom, shalom. Yeah, see if they set apart living. We're going to see if they real faith is right. Tiffany. Hey, girl, hey. Bonita. Shalom, sis. Why I be screaming people's name? Just in case they don't look off, I want to grab their attention. Hey. Hey. Okay, y'all. Father, we thank you for another day. We thank you that you allow us room to grow. All right, that's our prayer for today. So let's get it going. I think I said hi to everybody. Gang. All praises to the most. Hold on. All praises to the Creator. Shalom, family. Family midget here. Hold on. Is that your last name? Or family midget nickname? I want to make sure I got that right. Oh, Shebrew. Yo, wait. Okay, so Shebrew is over on Facebook. She's Bonita Garris. Okay. Yo, so I think you was here yesterday. So that my mom mistakenly hitting the delete that blocked you on YouTube. Is that why? Or did somebody else block you? You know? Yo, I'm so sorry. She gonna be distraught. Oh, you on YouTube also? But you just can't type anything. I'm gonna see if I can. Yo, I'm gonna have to check, because if that's the case, I'm gonna see if I can do it from this end. I don't know. Oh, you're typing, but I'm typing. You can't see me still on YouTube. I can't see you, so everybody else can see you. Can y'all see Shebrew? Oh, okay. So Elijah, did you just say peace, beloved sister Shebrew? Because you can see her. Can y'all see her? Nope, can't see her. Nobody can see her. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can go back to that video the other day to see if I can undo something, or if nobody can see you, but you're on YouTube too, and you can see us and you can see the chat, right, Shebrew? No, you're in Messenger with fam. Oh, okay. Yeah, she on everybody on Facebook saying I'm sorry, everybody on YouTube saying, hey, Shebrew, if you can see it, so they know I'm in the chat. Okay, but you can see the comments on YouTube, right? Because you got it up. Man, that sucks. I'm going to see if I can send YouTube a message or something to unblock her and see it was done by mistake. Maybe I have my mom. I'm like, little mom, you don't need to travel with your phone in your purse. Put it where you can see it. I'm so sorry. And she ain't came in yet. I'm going to have to tell her. She normally watch it over. She going to probably be watching distraught, because it was truly a mistake. Okay. All right. Yeah, everybody's saying hey. Okay, y'all, she can see everybody, so if y'all want to see what she typing, you probably have to go to Facebook, but she can see everybody on YouTube. Okay. Tickle says she may be watching on the TV because I have you on my phone and TV. Okay. You should be able to unblock her. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go in and see. But y'all know YouTube be tripping. I'm almost convinced that YouTube is a Christian. And I say that because anytime, that day I said I'm adding my title, Jesus Can Suck It. I put it in there, but I did the hashtag and stuff, but they deleted. Anytime I do anything that talks about Jesus in any kind of unnice way, it blocks it. It deletes it. Like, I can see it, but if I go to look at the video playing, it'll remove the hashtag like I never even typed it. And that's not my first time trying that. I figure, okay, maybe, a few months ago it was, maybe some kind of glitch or something. No. I think YouTube is a Christian. They don't like when you talk bad about Jesus. They'll let you speak all other kind of shenanigans about Jesus, and he the Savior, and he'll come save your soul and save you from damnation if you just accept him into your heart. They'll let all that foolishness stay, but let you say something that he might not be the Messiah. They deletes it. I'm like, so are you a Christian now too? Do you want to become one of his disciples now? So, they blow me. Yeah, YouTube being Christian. Yeah, they are. They really are. Okay, y'all. Anita, blessings. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna see about this. Title, Jesus Saved. Psych. Okay, y'all. Chapter 14. Book of Licca, son of Jehovah, page 413. In due time, Licca's Otivan was completed, and he, with the Rapon host, besides 1,000,000 hosts in attendance to make necessary surveys and records, entered into the ship and departed for his 2 years' cruise around about the earth and in her heavens. Sufficient unto the earth is the history thereof, and the maps of land and water, and the number of inhabitants.
Mom,
Yes, baby.
how I do this? About hot chocolate in.
Okay, so you gotta lift it back up. If you did that before you put the water in there, lift it up. Now close it. Now press the number you want. Yep. There you go. All right. In due time, Licca's Otivan was completed, and he, with the Rapon host, besides 1,000,000 hosts in attendance to make necessary surveys and records, entered into the ship and departed for his 2 years' cruise around about the earth and in her heavens. Sufficient unto the earth is the history thereof, and the maps of land and water, and the number of inhabitants, and the living creatures upon the earth and in the waters thereof, which are in the libraries of the earth. Therefore, suffice it that the revelations of the heavens upon the face of the earth, which records are in the libraries of heaven, shall be disclosed before the generations of men from the records of Licca, son of Jehovah. Let me read verse 2 again. I lost myself. Because it's sufficient unto the earth is the history thereof, and the maps of land and water, and the number of inhabitants, and the living creatures upon the earth and in the waters thereof, which are in the libraries of the earth. Therefore, suffice it that the revelations of the heavens upon the face of the earth, which records are in the libraries of heaven, shall be disclosed before the generations of men from the records of Licca, son of Jehovah. Oh, okay, I get it. So the records of stuff that happened in heaven, in the libraries of heaven, the stuff that happened on the earth is in the libraries of men. Mom, you may have missed the conversation we just had. Okay, Tikva came over on, well, she'll probably on both, over on Facebook. Hey girl, hey. Listen, you're hitting a button by mistake while you was traveling the other day, that timed out Shebrew, they blocked Shebrew. So I'm gonna send YouTube a message, let them know it was a mistake. You may also have to send one so we can see if we can get sis unblocked, right? Because it was truly a mistake. So I'm gonna figure out how to do that as soon as we get off of here. Oh wow, that was me. What? Wait, what you mean that was you, Alicia? See, boy, listen, the ones with the wrenches, y'all. Oh, okay. I was about to say, what are you? Because both of y'all was traveling together, listening. Y'all with the wrenches, when y'all traveling, I'm gonna need y'all to have y'all phones in plain sight. Oh no, that's right. I remember that Alicia did accidentally did that to set apart living, right? I caught it because you was at work giving report. Put your phone in your pocket. I'm sorry, y'all. The ones with the wrenches are family members, and they be traveling in the morning because of early appointments and stuff, and working at the hospital. She said, "My bad. I'm gonna go on Facebook." Listen, and it sometimes it hit buttons and time people out, So I'm like, y'all, look, when I'm live, at least change the page or something on your phone if you got to put it in your pocket, just to make sure if you hit it, it don't hit that button. I don't know why it does that, but I don't know. Something must be up to where it allows you, if it's in your pocket, it just automatically hits the timeout button for the last person that was there. Yeah, Sigma said, phone, TV, and laptop cover all the bases. Plus, didn't want sis to be lonely over here. Hey, creator, gang. Okay, sis, come through. Okay. If y'all want to hang out with Shebrew, come to Facebook. Matter of fact, somebody post the link for Facebook in the YouTube chat just in case you want to be on both of them. I'm not sure if you're going to get crazy feedback. Okay. All right, let's go back. Verse 3, page 413, chapter 14. This then is a synopsis of the Atmospherean heavens at that time, to wit, in the hills of Horeb with the Nusahaj, Elias, Deus, 40,000 million angels. In the hells of Tan, 8,000 million. In the hells of Sutga, 12,000 million. In the hells of Osiris, 17,000 million. In the smaller hells and other parts of Hada, there were in all 14,000 million angels. These 91,000 million were not all bound in their respective hells. Upward of 30,000 million of them surged about from one hell to another, often in groups of 1,000 million. Linda, shalom.
Whose candy is this?
Shebrew said they love their midget. Levon, hey girl,
Whose
hey.
candy is this?
I don't know. Hold on. Back in the day candy mix. I don't know. We need to find out first because I don't know why it's green. Hold on. Wait. Let me just make sure this ain't make sure this ain't candy from Mary Jane. Hold on. It looks like, but I don't know. I ain't never seen this before, but the green wrapper kind of, I don't know. Just wait. Let me find out who this is. Hold on, sis. Verse 5. In the smaller hills and other parts of Hada, there were in all 14,000 million angels. These 91,000 million were not all bound in their respective hills. Upward of 30,000 million of them surged about from one hill to another, often in groups of 1,000 million. And these groups at times descended to the earth, fastening upon mortals, even casting large cities and nations in death. Because they carried the foulness of their hills with them, they impregnated the air with poison, so that mortals were swept off by the million. And these were called plagues. That's interesting. Okay. Verse 8. Leka said, behold, I will give a new grade to these heavens for a season. From this time, such angels shall be known as being in the first resurrection. But spirits who have quit their old haunts and joined organic associations, being enlisted in companies, either for labor or for receiving heavenly instruction, shall be known as being in the second resurrection. And such spirits have attained to Etherian grades, being brides and bridegrooms of Jehovah, and having ascended beyond atmosphere into the Etherian worlds, shall be known as being in the third resurrection. Verse 9. Such angels as engraft themselves on mortals, becoming as a twain spirit to the one corporal body, shall be known as reincarnated spirits. But where such spirits usurp the corporal body as an infant growing up in the corporal body and holding the native spirit in abeyance, such spirits shall be known as daemons, which was the origin of that name, or what we say today, demons. Listen, y'all. Leisha, you here? You still here? Look, there is a chapter. Remember that lady that I told y'all? Her name is Susan B. Martinez. Matter of fact, sis whole library came yesterday. I took pictures of it, but I got sidetracked and I didn't post it. But she has a book. Look, yo, the chapter, I think is, what chapter is that? Chapter 2? It's called Flight of the Soul. Flight of the Soul, like your soul taking flight. This, right here, let me read verse 9 again. Such angels as engraft themselves on mortals, becoming as a twain spirits to the one corporal body, shall be known as reincarnated spirits. But where such spirits usurp the corporal body as an infant growing up in the corporal body and holding the native spirits in abeyance, such spirits shall be known as daemons or demons, which was the origin of that name. Look, Angelique, Peace, Love, and Light. This book by Susan B. Martinez. It's a lady who learned about Oahspe years ago, many years ago, and she studied it in, out, left, and right, up and down. She went pulling stuff. Keith, hey girl, hey. Look, she did, hold on. think I left one upstairs. Okay, so she did a book, which I ordered already, which was the first book to come. And I started reading. It's the only one that they have available on Audible, which it goes into detail about the spirit in abeyance, right? People who are what church calls demon possessed, how it happens. Some type of trauma happens in their life or whatever, which causes the native spirit, like me, y'all hearing my native spirit talk because ain't nobody else living here but Pamela and Pamela's original spirit, right? You know how sometimes you have people in early life, they experience some type of trauma, and it's really easy for it to happen to children because they're so innocent and so young. And if something happens to them, whatever, you have to figure out what spirit it is and where it comes from. But a lot of times when something traumatic happens to little children, not just little children, even adults too, sometimes they tend to go within themselves, right? Because they don't really know how to deal with whatever trauma it was that happened to them. They kind of like draw within, right? But what happens is it leaves their spirit open. And if there are any maleficent, I think I said that right, any spirits who are hovering around, or humans that are hovering around who've chosen not to rise, that are looking for somebody to graft onto, they open themselves up to whatever spirit is around. And the first one that gets in, right? So she goes into detail. That was one of the first books that came, but I gave it to my sister. I was like, yo, look, listen to this while you at work. Matter of fact, take this. I'm gonna order some more. I ordered 2 more copies, but they won't be here till Wednesday. But it's a chapter, literally, it's talking about this, holding a native spirit in abeyance. Sometimes y'all think people may be demon possessed. 9 times out of 10, if you ain't just using that as a figure of speech, they might be. And there's a whole lot of videos on YouTube where we can tell that it's not that person. Like the eyes change. It talks about how you can recognize it, the physical signs. So like my sister, she's used to recognizing different signs because she's a trained medical RN, registered nurse, right? So one of the main telltale signs of demonic possession or another spirit taking up residence in your body is hugely dilated pupils. And she gave a few different examples from people who were like mass murderers, different things like that. And so she went through, started looking at some of the interviews, looking at their eyes, like, sis, study this. This chapter is so good. And I'm sure, like, what I've been trying to figure out, I mentioned a couple times trying to figure out how to get a certain person free. That's when this stuff started coming up. And I was blown away that she has studied the Oahspe, like I say, inside and out. And she actually did real-time medical studies, going to different places, pulling up different things, literally showing you ins and outs of how this happens, how it happens to a person, and how to help them get free. I'm like, Father, you know what? You are so good to me. You know, it's going to take me a little while to go through this stuff. But I gave it to myself. Listen, go to chapter, I think it was chapter 2, right? It's called Flight of the Soul. It talks about the spirit and abeyance. Abeyance is ABEYANCE. And sometimes people may say somebody got split personalities. That really could be a real thing. And sometimes it could be more than one. They literally could have a legion of other spirits that have inhabited their body. I'm sure some of you may have seen it, but also as I started reading through this the other day and really recounting some stuff, I thought about the scripture in the New Testament, which sometimes there are shenanigans in the New Testament, but nevertheless, here's a portion in there that's true. You know the part in there where it talks about a house being swept clean. A house, if it has residents or tenants that shouldn't be there, once you clean that house, and if that house is not filled with good things, the spirits or the tenants who was kicked out, they're going to come back and check on, because they don't want to be out there just flying around willy-nilly. They want a body to operate in so they can, reincarnate themselves here, right? They're going to come back and check on the original host, right? If the doors haven't been sealed up, locked tight, and filled with good things that's going to keep them out, they're going to be like, oh, it's still empty. Yo, let me go get reinforcements. They're going to go get 7 more spirits more wicked than they are, and they're going to come back, and the last state of this person will be worse than the first state, right? Which is why you have to be absolutely sure that the person whose soul has taken flight or soul is in abeyance, that they really want to be free, right? Because some people, they also grow buddy with the spirits who come there, and they know that other spirits are there. And sometimes they willingly just kind of step to the side, let the other spirit take over, right? And if they don't want to be free, you don't want to set them free. Like you see some exorcisms and stuff happening. If the person, when you get through to the native spirit, if they're not like crying out for help, like help me, right? If they're not crying out to be set free, you might want to go ahead and just leave them alone for a little while. Keep researching, paying attention until at one time they scream, hey, listen, help me, please. I'm sick of this. I want to be free. Get this person out of me or whatever, right? You don't want to do that because you would end up making them a lot worse. So that's why I was like, I need to be absolutely sure that this person wants to be free. Like I feel deep down in my sha-na-na. But at this point now, I'm looking for some type of signal from the original spirit who's supposed to be in this body, right? So, but while I'm doing this and observing, another person that's helping me that's also observing, I'm like, look for signals of help, right? While we learning how to do this, make sure they go for good, we just need to make sure we understand what's really going on, right? Because we really love the person. We don't want to see them in a worse state than what they currently are. Because right now, the spirit, I would say spirit, but at one time, I'm thinking it's more than one. The spirit possibly seem pretty tame at the moment. And so we want to just kind of make sure, that we about to do what's right. Okay. I done told you about the book. Let me pull it up. Hold on, let me pull it up. I'm gonna share it with y'all. Yo, it's so good. Hold on. Amazon. Susan B. Martinez. Field Guide to the Spirit World. Matter of fact, I'm going to post the link, the Audible link for you. I'll put it on. There you go. Did that show up? Hold on, Jenna. Hold on. I got to go back and read your comment. Hold on. Okay, there's the link, y'all. Let me post it up here for Facebook, too. Oh, look. I had so when we was talking about the plague, I missed y'all comment over here. Shebrew and Tikva talking about the monkeypox COVID season. Yeah, the plague. All right. Mom, look, you just used your Audible credit that quick. Mom. Look, okay.
Mom.
Wait a minute, Pooh. No, not yet. Jen, listen. Jen said the sun isn't up yet. Pam's creeping me out. Okay, so I completely get that. Y'all may not get it because Jen shared some what some people would think is creepy stories spiritually that happen. So sometimes, when Christians don't like, well, not just Christians, but I'll just say from the background we come from, Christians don't like to talk about demons at night for fear somebody or a spirit might be lurking around or whatever. But yeah, I completely get it. It made me giggle a little bit. You okay, Jen? If you that freaked out, nudge your husband. It's still dark there in California. Yeah. Give it up for Jen. Waking up. What time you get up to watch me over there? It's like 4 o'clock in the morning, right? You the real MVP, sis. You the real MVP. Look, because I be hitting my clock, and I'm supposed to be the one doing the video. Look, okay. So look, get that book. I I enjoy those stories because, Lord, we know what's right. I know, right? Look, and now I'm really thinking, y'all. I'm really, really thinking that I may set aside like that book right there. I'm really considering after we finish the reading, you know how I was reading like a second book, maybe taking like 10 minutes and reading a portion that going along in that book right there. But the other one she have, I was thinking about this. I was gonna let y'all see. Where is it? The Lost Continent of Pan. Right. This is, when I said sis did a lot of read, she got charts, some of the same charts we see in Oahspe, but she went through pulling out a lot of stuff all over the world. This book right here, this one, I thought this was really good. This is 400, it's like almost 500 pages. Without the index being, and the bibliography, without that being, the bibliography and the index being added, it's 480 pages. But I started going through some of this. You know how the Bible want to give us everything except for what happened that caused the flood. We think a flood just happened because the world was crazy, out of sync with the Creator, and it was just doing only God knows what, right? But they didn't tell us that we understood it like the world here. These places were flooded then just to get the people off, and then they rise up again. No, what caused the flood is the sinking of Pan, where the majority of the shenanigans was going on at, right? And so when that sunk, that caused the flood over all the rest of the land masses. So I thought this one might be really good to read along. But if we don't, y'all might want to add these to y'all library. That's The Lost Continent of Pan. And I like her because she's like a real scientific head, right? And this is so good. This other one, Delusions in Science and Spirituality. Just reading the back of this, listen to this. What if science and society's most darling theories taught as fact were 100% wrong? What if the anomalies that disprove these theories were covered up and distorted, and any serious challenges brushed off as lunacy, hysteria, junk science, and dissension? Yo, when she started getting into some of this, I wish I could read everything at the same time, but I can't. So I'd be hopping from one book to the next. I'm like, okay, Pam, read one and then put it down and get the next one, right? So I'd be super excited. And this right here, all of the theories on out of Africa, everybody came from Eve, all this stuff would be put to rest if we really understood the origins of all the peoples that lived on the earth, right? That's good. This is called The Mysterious Origins of Hybrid Man. And, we get some of that here in Oahspe, but she gets into a lot of detail. And most of her references, she will quote. Not only will she quote Oahspe, but she will quote the other places, the references, plus it's all in the bibliography. And this right here, The Lost History of the Little People, Their Spiritually Advanced Civilizations Around the World. All right, so this one, and it's the field guide to the spiritual realm, that one, which a couple of y'all just downloaded. And I think it's another one that I haven't gotten yet. I need to check. But anyway, I'm going to post those, and I give you can just put her name, and then all her books will pop up on Amazon. So, Pam, I've purchased more books this year ever since I came across your channel. But I know, look, y'all ain't got to get them because I get them, but I'm just letting y'all know where some of the information can be found, So anything I come across in my studies, some of it is free. You can get it online, or wherever. But I keep a running book list that I still didn't post. I said I was going to post the other day. I didn't post. Let me just do it. I'm going to go ahead and add these to the book list, and I'm going to repost the list. Post book list. Now, I'm not getting paid from any of these books y'all purchase. I ain't even going to give y'all, y'all ain't got to use a link, because some links people give you, they're links where you earn commissions. I've never given you a commissionized link, right? I just tell you where to go. That way I ain't get no money paid off nobody for none of this stuff, right? So that's why I say you can just Google her name and it'll bring her up. But these are the books. I'll put them in there. So I'm sharing with you the resources that I came across and what helped me. You a book junkie? Girl, me too. Me too. It's 3 bookcases in here. And they like my Harry Potter bookcase. I call it the Harry Potter bookcase. But one, because it leaned to the side. Y'all want to see it? Hold on. I'm so off. Hold on. We're about to finish reading. I'm going to show y'all why I call it the Harry Potter bookcase. Hold on. Can you see it? My phone about to fall. Hold on. It's just a fun bookcase. So all my fun books, my magical books, books like this go on that bookcase, right? And so I'm starting second. You can see if you was paying attention, I'm starting like second rows because the shelves are wide enough so I can put 2 rows of books on each shelf, you know. So, but my other 2 bookcase with my other books is through there. But I was trying to find a second one like this, but they only had one. So, but I'm gonna go back and check. And I also got like another one. It's called, we call it the National Treasure bookshelf. I'll post a picture of both of them today. But this is a huge, it's a wide one that came from Indonesia. You know me and mine has previously been delivered from church doctrine, right? So before I brought the bookcases in the house, I prayed over them, made sure, because they told us where they came from. This one came from Indonesia. And I forget, this one came from the States, but I prayed over both of them just to make sure any spirits across the water didn't hitch a ride with them over here. Yes, baby girl, yes.
Josh called me a spoiled brat.
That you bypass your father upstairs to come tell me. Go let Dad know. Okay, yeah, so but yeah, so my fun books go up there, and it's going to be even more fun books that go into the National Treasure. I even ordered maps and stuff, original maps from like the 1300s. You know, the cartographers, they change maps over the years. So things is like, even the maps that we currently look at today, it's kind of off, like, and upside down. It's just, anyway. Let's get back to this and the spirit being in abeyance. But I brought all that up from verse 9 in what chapter?
Mom.
Chapter 14,
Mom.
yes.
Dad don't care.
So what you want me to say to Josh?
Nothing.
Were you messing with Josh?
No.
Yes, he was. She was trying to scare him when Josh was in the middle of it.
Just leave him alone.
Mom.
Bella.
You whoop Josh.
No, I ain't gonna whoop Josh. Girl, go.
Mom.
Girl, quit calling me. Okay, y'all, chapter 14. I'm gonna read verse 9 again, but I got into all of that. No, I don't. Whose is this, Josiah? Is this Elijah's?
I think that's Jaden's.
Is Jalen's?
I think that's Jeremiah's.
No.
I don't know. I need to check with them to make sure this is candy y'all can eat. It looks fine, but I need to ask first. But anyway, the field guide to the what is it? Field guide to the spirit world really breaks down this verse a lot. Verse 9 in chapter 14 of Book of Micah, son of Jehovah. I'm going to read it again and we're going to keep going. I was looking up at y'all comments, Key. Such angels as engraft themselves on mortals, becoming as a twain spirit to the one corporal body, shall be known as reincarnated spirits. But where such spirits usurp the corporal body, as an infant growing up in the corporal body and holding the native spirit in obedience, such spirits shall be known as demons, which was the origin of that name. Spirits who inhabit mortals in order to live on the sustenance mortals eat and drink, and oft absorbing the strength and life of mortals, shall be known as Uzians, vampires. Nevertheless, these shall not include fetals, which is also a really, really good reason to stop eating meat, right? Because if you're constantly feeding your flesh, other flesh, it makes it really, really easy for a spirit who has been, or a human who has been disembodied, to come graft themselves onto you, right? So be mindful of that. If you're still trying to win yourself off, everything, all kind of poultry, meat, whatever you want to classify, or fish is not meat. Yes, it is.
I think this can get you flatter.
And maybe throw that away. But just, you know, you got to clean your system out. You really do. Some people may need to take it in steps. Some people can just go cold turkey like I did, you know. But let me teach you what will keep you from going back. Education and really understanding what's happening will keep you from defiling your temple, right, in a way that you used to ignorantly do. Because people can tell you, and you can get scared. Oh my gosh, let me stop. But then you get that hankering to maybe get a chili dog or something like that, or whatever your vice was. Somebody cooking, go to a cookout, and oh my gosh, them burgers. Listen, education will keep you from backsliding. Right? It's easy to do. It's just like when you go to, think about when you go to church. You know how you go and especially if you get into a real good service, right? Where the musicians be on point and the whole atmosphere is completely charged, you know, and say you a sinner, you get in there and you really start feeling it deep down in your shana, and you get convicted and stuff. And next thing you know, you down there at the altar without thinking, oh my gosh, I need to give my life to Christ. And then you good for a week, maybe 2 weeks, you on fire for the Lord, right? And the one little thing creep up, you know, and now before you know it, you're backsliding. And it's like, man, how come I couldn't hang on to my salvation? Because you were not educated and you were led to do this through your emotions. Same principle happens with taking care of your physical body, right? We can be scared into doing what's right, but when the fear no longer works, now you really have to deal with you, right? And your lack of understanding about everything with your body and how it works. If you take the time and begin to understand and learn your body, you will be a whole lot stronger. And even if you stand in the midst of a group of meat eaters, it won't bother you, not nary bit. I'm telling you, it won't, right? My whole house is not plant-based yet. I'm working on them, slowly educating them. Me doing it, them watching me, doing plant-based burgers, make my own burgers or whatever stuff I learned how to do. Got to educate myself, let them know it's okay to step on over here to the light side, right? Even my husband, even last night, I made him matter of fact, earlier that day, I had made some burgers, right? Plant-based burgers, season them up real good. That's the key. You got to get your seasonings with the herbs right. You got to get them right? My husband, like 10 o'clock last night, he said, hey, you got any more of those plant-based burgers left? I said, I sure do. He said, could you get me one? I said, I sure can. Came and made him one. He was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. He's like, you know what, babe? I'm serious. I really think I can give up meat. He said, if you keep cooking this like this, we're going to stop eating meat burgers. I'm like, creator, gang. You know, and so just educate me. Even the kids, they love the plant-based burgers. You just got to season them right? So, but yeah, not just like forcing it on them because it ain't going to stick. You got to let them know that this is good for your body and why it's good for the body, right? So a little education here, a little education there, consistently on a daily basis, they'll fully understand sooner or later, right? And they'll choose appropriately. They'll choose themselves and they'll look at everything. And even when they have the choice to choose this juicy burger that is made from a calf or choose this that'll give you life, see, this won't putrefy in your system. This is actually going to give good stuff to your body to where this is going to go in your colon, it's going to sit and it's going to putrefy and your body going to stink, right? You know, and if you keep doing it years and years, it causes colon cancer. Depending on how bad you took care of your body, it'll pop up somewhere else like breast cancer, lung cancer, whatever kind of whatever, right? That's what consuming flesh does. So we were not created to consume other sentient beings. Never, right? Okay, y'all. So it's that same thing. So when you're eating flesh, it's a whole lot easier to be, like the church say, demon possessed, which is why now understand, by studying and actually living a plant-based life, paying attention to stuff, when people fast, I used to hear one of my older pastors say, if you feel like you're demon possessed, or you got a habit that you're trying to kick, he said the best way to kick that is to just go on a straight water fast. Do it as long as you can, right? I mean, you should educate yourself, because you can live a really long time on just water. And now that I understand today, I would say structured water, right? Using water with electrolytes. That way, if you're sweating or whatever, because when you sweat, you lose electrolytes. So you want to make sure you're replenishing your body and cleansing it out and making sure you're replenishing those electrolytes, right? But if you go on a water fast, if you do it long enough, depending on what your vice or what your habit is, it will drive the overpowering spirit away from you, and you can get free. Whether you simply want to give up eating meat, get it out your system, fast for a while, let it run all the way through, right? Because what'll happen is going from eating a meat-rich diet to go on a plant-based, even if you have clogged arteries, what'll happen is it's been medically tested and proven from some holistic doctors. And I actually didn't hear about this first from Yaki, although I'm a big fanatic of Yaki. I didn't first hear about this through him. I heard it from another doctor who had, and I shared it before, and I'll share his video again. Today it's like 58 minutes. Dr. Michael Clapper is where I first learned this from. Yes, coconut water is good. It's the perfect structured water. If you can do a water fast and use coconut water, I mean, you can use regular water in between, but it will give you the natural electrolytes. Coconut water is so good, they used to use it as IV a few years, not few, it's more than a few years. A couple decades back, when they was having a war, when they ran out of the IV packets, they used coconut water because it's so close to how the Creator created our blood flow and all that stuff. It's in coconut water, right? And it does amazing things. Just get a little bit of education, right? You literally can reset your whole life. But going from a meat-rich diet to a plant-based diet, it will begin. If you have a doctor that monitors your arteries and stuff, even in your heart, people that have their hearts are congested, the valves and stuff, what they begin to notice is all the fat deposits and stuff that clog the arteries up. By going to a plant-based diet, that stuff begins to melt away. And you would need to have to go in and have them put stents in your heart and in your veins to open up the vein, to clean out the plaque and stuff. It will melt away naturally by going to a plant-based diet. Now, don't go to a junk food vegan diet. It's just as bad as eating meat, right? Kill all the processed stuff, and eat whole foods, plant-based, and it will literally help restore the body. All the gunk in your veins and your heart will melt away, and it will begin to, if you're not at the point of no return, right? Because there is a point where you can get at the point of no return where you just completely, there's no more regeneration for you, right? Hopefully nobody here is at that point. And if you know somebody that you can help by giving them that information, hopefully they're not at the point of no return where no matter what they do, if they don't get intervention from heaven itself, they won't live. But fasting will help also free you from demonic possession, bad habits, whatever, right? You just need to put some space between you and that habit and whatever spirit that is that's gaining sustenance off the habit that you're constantly doing, whether your habit is like masturbation, overeating, smoking, drinking, shooting up in your veins, right? They're gaining sustenance off of that habit you created, right? Put some distance between you and that habit, and you will put distance between you and that spirit that's driving you to do what it is you desire not to do, right? Those things that I want to do, I do not, and the things that I don't want to do, I keep doing. I just can't break away from it. Water fast. It's the quickest way to break a habit, right? I'm just saying. So, all right, so let's go back to this. Have I started my garden since moving? I will be starting it in a couple days, right? So I got My husband and I'm gonna get back to this, y'all. I'm talking about a whole bunch of stuff except doing the reading. My it's already like a little garden bed set out here, but I want to extend it. But we getting late in the time. So I was telling my husband, I said, I really need to go ahead and get these seeds in the ground over here. So, but yeah, we about here in a couple days later. We've been talking about this the last couple days. So I got to get I still have some of my garden supplies and stuff, my tiller and stuff in our little storage area. So we got to go get that and just get on with the getting on. All right, back to the reading, y'all. I ain't even done with this first chapter we started today. Okay, let me go back. I'll start at verse 9 again. Chapter 14 of Book of Leka, Son of Jehovah, page 414. Such angels as engraft themselves on mortals, becoming as a twain spirit to the corporal body, shall be known as reincarnated spirits. But where such spirits usurp the corporal body or the flesh body, as of an infant growing up in the corporal body and holding the native spirit in abeyance, such spirits shall be known as daemons, which was the origin of that name. Spirits who inhabit mortals in order to live on the sustenance mortals eat and drink, and oft absorbing the strength and life of mortals, shall be known as Oahspe, or vampires. Nevertheless, these shall not include fetals. All the foregoing who are not in the way of resurrection shall be called Druhas. Now, behold, there were millions of angels in those days who knew no other life but to continue engrafting themselves on mortals. And when one mortal died, they went and engrafted themselves on another, right? Continuing their process of what they call reincarnation, right? They just using you up for all you worth. And when you die and go to the dirt, they just find another host, right? They found another host and they say they've been reincarnated. No, spirits are jumping from body to body. Y'all seen that movie with Denzel Washington? It's right down the tip of my tongue. Where the spirit was jumping from body to body. That's a good example of it, right?
Please?
No, Bella. No, I'm gonna just put it out of sight so you can quit thinking about it, okay? I forget the name of that movie, but he kept humming that tune. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. What is that movie that Denzel Washington? The Fallen. Thank you, Tikva. The Fallen. That's a good example of spirits jumping from body to body, right? But not in all cases, in that movie did the host die, right? The host, it was just like jumping from body to body. Whoever was open, that spirit, they had some type of habit or whatever they opened themselves where it could jump to, it would just jump and continue on its shenanigans that was going on in that movie. Okay. I'll post a little trailer for that from YouTube today too. Okay, listen. Verse 10, I'll read again. Spirits who inhabit mortals in order to live on the substance mortals eat and drink, and oft absorbing the strength and life of mortals, shall be known as Oahspe, vampires. Nevertheless, these shall not include fetals. All the foregoing who are not in the way of resurrection shall be called Druhas. Now, behold, there were millions of angels in those days who knew no other life but to continue engrafting themselves on mortals. And when one mortal died, they went and engrafted themselves on another. These were the fruit of the teaching of the false gods who had put away the all-highest Jehovah. They could not be persuaded that Ethera was filled with habitable worlds. Let me turn it down. And they professed that they had been reincarnated many times, and that previously they had been great kings or philosophers. Some of them remembered the Aegean period of 1,000 years, and so hoped to regain their natural bodies and dwell again on the earth and forever. Hence was founded the story that every 1,000 years a new incarnation would come to the spirits of the dead. Leka said, such spirits as come to mortals purposely to inflict them with pain or misfortune shall be called evil spirits. When they go in groups having a leader, that leader shall be called Beelzebub, that is captain of evil, prince of devils. And this was the origin of that word. So those who have legions, Beelzebub, right? That's their leader. In Parsi and Hellas, there were inhabited with mortals 1,000 million demons and 1,200 million evil spirits. In Vidu, there were 1,100 million demons and 1,000 million evil spirits. In Egypt, there were inhabited with mortals 700 million engrafters, reincarnated spirits, who, for the most part, held the spirits of their victims in abeyance all their natural lives. Imagine growing up being friends with somebody and you ain't never really met this person. You only met their double. Or the demon spirit that put them in a sunken place and they walking around acting and sounding like you. Bruh, this is scary. When I say this is still happening, my G, this is still happening. It make my skin crawl when I realize, I got to be careful with the story I tell about this particular one. I'm going to just keep reading. Okay. Verse 19. In Japheth, there were habited with mortals more than 1,500 million demons and evil spirits, besides 400 million vampires. Bella, turn it down. So that in these three great divisions of the earth, Vidu and Japheth and Arabinia, there were habited upward of 10,000 million spirits who had not attained to any resurrection. Doppelganger on steroids, bruh. Listen. Besides all the foregoing, there were thousands of millions of spirits in chaos, beings such as had been slain in wars. Of these chaotic spirits, there were in Parsi and Hellas 1,000 million, and in Japheth 2,000 million, and in Vidu 2,000 million. But in Egypt, there were not 500,000 all told. So that in Atmosphere, at the time of Leka, there were upward of 125,000 million angels who had no knowledge or belief in any higher heaven. To offset this great darkness, there were of believers in and laborers for Jehovah and his emancipated kingdoms only 4,000 million, and many of these not above grade 50. And these were members of Kreyoshavi and Vara Pishanaha. 2,000 million of them were Ashars. 2,000 million of them were Ashars, laboring with the faithless mortals of Egypt, Japheth, and Vidu. And that's the end of chapter 14. Key said, shoot, now that I think of it, especially the parts in the Bible where we know it isn't the Creator speaking, who is to say that scribe was not possessed by a Druha? I'm telling you, like, all of this makes me really think everything that I've been reading in the Bible. Like, some things are clear. Oh my gosh, that was not the great Creator speaking. And all this time I've been hyping up on my videos. I'm like, I was repeating the words of a Druze. Oh my God, Father, forgive me. I didn't know. But I'm gonna go fix it. Right? Look, I'm like a horror. Listen, I know I was stupid and I did all this and I led y'all wrong. But now, all praises be to the great Creator. He's given me the opportunity to come correct my message. So now I'm coming to you, letting you know that I was off. So I want to help, because you were under me, I want to help put you on the right path. Let me show you what I found out that ended me up in hell. I don't want to see that happen to you, my friend. Listen, okay, where we at? 59 minutes, one chapter. I talk too much. Okay, chapter 15. Hold on, chapter 15. We're going to read one more chapter, maybe two. I don't know. If I had my book, my new one coming, I'd read a couple pages from that on this, but it don't come in till Wednesday. So we're going to start adding maybe a page from that after we get finished reading Oahspe, right? So we We're going to work through it, y'all. That's definitely up in the lineup. The ones that I had, we can push them to the side for the time being. And we just going to like work through all of this stuff, right? Okay, so, all right. Chapter 15, page 415. Hold on. Bella, do me a favor. Hold on, y'all. Josh! Oh, wait, that's a lot. Oh, I thought that was Jeremiah's alarm upstairs. That's Elijah's alarm, and he right over here in his room. Okay. All right. Chapter 15, page 415. After Leka had numbered all the mortals on the earth and all the angels in the heavens of the earth, and beheld the great darkness thereof, he visited Oahspe and found it a good plateau, capable of all grades up to 60. And Leka possessed the place and consecrated it to Jehovah. And he left thereon 300,000 gods and goddesses who were of his Etherian host. And after this, he returned to Gisaka, chief god, for the deliverance of the hells of Deus and Tan and Sudga, and Leka instructed him. Gisaka had the vessels constructed with walls of fire around the margins to prevent the Druhas escaping, and there were built in all 400 vessels, each capable of carrying 100 million Druhas. And the manner of driving the Druhas into them was by leaving part of the firewall open, and by the firebrands in the Etherian hands, cutting off sections of Druhas from the hells. Let me read that again. What? And the manner of driving the Druhas into them was by leaving part of the firewall open, and by firebrands in the Etherian hands, cutting off sections of Druhas from the hells. Okay. In this way, the Etherians drove the Druhas into the vessels, whereupon the doorway and the wall of the ship was closed. And then the workers of the ship put it under way and carried them up to Oahspe, where the gods and goddesses received them, placing the Druhas in pens walled with fire, where they could be treated and restored to reason, after which they were to be liberated in installments according to their safety. In the first year, Gisaka delivered from the hells of Hada 5,000 million Druhas, but in the second year, he delivered 35,000 million, and in the third year, 16,000 million. After this, the work went slowly on, for the balance of the hells were mostly in knots, some of them hundreds of millions, and these had to be delivered individually, requiring great labor and power and wisdom and dexterity. So just a quick recap, just in case somebody new comes. So when those who have been caught up in hells, like in Christianity, we learned that, okay, if you go to hell, that's it for you. You there forever, burning forever. And it's not the case according to Oahspe. Those who do find themselves caught up in knots and in what they term here hells, they aren't there forever. Neither are they burning forever. They're spirits, right? But what happens is, because we learned that the Druhas, the Fetals, the familiar spirits, all of these demon spirits, evil spirits, they were once human beings like us. And they are the children of the Creator, right? And they're just what we would call those wayward sons and daughters. There is a time of deliverance for them. Now, they may be caught up in a knot for thousands and hundreds of thousands of years, just depend on when their deliverance term comes, right? But eventually, they are delivered, and it tells you that they are restored to sanity, because when when they're in that state, they just keep going down to a like rock bottom level, to where all sanity is gone, and they forget that they were once ever even human, right? So they're restored, like they said, they're restored and put back in their right mind, right? And then they're safely removed and sent to continue their growth, right? So just remember that. And I think it gives me I guess this should be the right word to say, but sometimes I'm still kind of freaked out and scared. Depending on what the situation is, because it's like Christianity, demon spirits, oh my God, they might kill me in my sleep, right? So, but if we realize and we understand that you were once a human, by us being educated and understanding what's going on, we could actually help some of them get free, right? Not that we're going on, going to help loose all the demons here to send y'all. I ain't talking about none of that, but I'm just saying, if you should ever encounter a situation where a human has been disembodied, no longer have their body, at least you know, first of all, who you're dealing with, right? And then instead of being scared, by proper education, you can, even if it's just you get them away from your house, at least you can get them away from your house or get your loved one or friend or whoever free from this particular spirit. And in hopes that when you set them free, your unseen help, your ashars, is going to kind of help get them to where they need to go. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe it's their time of freedom, being liberated from the lowest parts of Hada, right? So they can be restored to their right mind, where they can continue on their growth path and, you know, what the great creator set out for all of us, right? Okay, so that's what the demons and the evil spirits are, right? So they will be delivered sooner or later. We just don't know when, but you got to get away from here. Let me read verse 4 again. In the first year, Jessica delivered from the hells of Hada 5,000 million druhas. But in the second year, he delivered 35,000 million. And in the third year, 16,000 million. After this, the work went slowly on, for the balance of the hells were mostly in knots, some of them hundreds of millions, and these had to be delivered individually, requiring great labor and power and wisdom and dexterity. In the 5th month of the 4th year, Anusahaj, alias the false Lord God, was delivered out of the great knot of hell, in which there had been 800 million bound for more than 400 years. After the manner in which Fragapati delivered knots, even so did Jessica and his host with brands of fire. When it was known in which place Deus, Anusahaj, was tied, and when it was half delivered, Jessica sent for Ahura to come and have the honor of releasing Anusahaj. So remember, at this time, Anusahaj, he's in hell. He's been caught into a knot, right? And all those who were under his kingdom, his false kingdom, are there with him, and they're literally covering him in this knot. It's like a knot is like somebody balled up in fetal position with a whole gang of people over them, beating them up, whatever going on, right? So he's caught in the middle of a knot. That's what a knot is. Right. Shebrew, not in hell for eternity, like the KJV lies about. Absolutely, right? Yeah. A lot of people that's KJV only. I'm praying for them brethren and sisterin, right? Because they've been caught up in the false kingdom, right? And so they really believe it. I used to be there. Like, they really believe that this is the way, the truth, and the life. That's how deep the deception goes, you know? And so it does. It really, now that I understand this, I've never had more compassion in my life than I have these last 3 months of reading through Oahspe, right? When I look at people, because I used to be that Christian, like, well, you gonna go to hell, right? I am so glad that the Creator looked past all my flesh, but saw deep down in my heart that I really thought I was on fire for him. Like, you know, we're just going to wake this girl up a little bit and let her know who she really serving, you know, because, like, she's really true in what she's doing, but she don't realize that the truth she's walking in is really a lie. But if you give her the truth, she's on side with the truth always, right? So let's wake her up. And so now, when I tell y'all my eyes was open, when I tell y'all I was literally like sick for weeks, like crying, like repenting because of all my Jesus shenanigans, y'all, I was sick because I thought what I was doing was right, you know? And I'm just like, ugh, every time I think about it, I'm just like, I feel like a horror. Thank you. I don't deserve it, but thank you. You know, even in my blindness, and some of them, they not blind, like they know, like purposely, because they think they're going to beat the system. But I truly was blind. Like, I'm forever grateful. I'm forever grateful that the Creator woke me up, give me an opportunity to correct my wrongs while I'm here, right? I'm trying to clean up my messes, right? Yeah, got a few friends and stuff that's like, what? What about Hamashiach? Hamashiach. What about him? It's still Jesus. You just give him a Hebrew name. What about Hamashiach? Right? Let me stop because I'm not trying to offend nobody, but I'm just saying it really, you still worshiping Jesus. You just gave him a Hebrew name, my G. Just, just look into it a little bit more, not trying to disrespect anybody or be disrespectful. I'm just letting you know the process that I went through to realize I was still a Christian covered up with the Hebrew stuff. I bless the most holy that I'm free from it all. At least I hope so. I'm still bits and pieces moving along. We're growing daily, right, y'all? Yeah. Remember how we were repenting when learning the truth from the Nazarene gospel? She was talking to Key. Yes, tick for all praises for the deliverance. Look, okay, let's finish this chapter. Oh, yeah, an hour and 11 minutes? Okay. In the 5th month, I'm on verse 5. In the 5th month of the 4th year, Anusahaj, alias the false Lord God, was delivered out of the great knot of hell, in which there had been 800 million bound for more than 400 years. After the manner in which Fragapati delivered knots, even so did Gesica and his host with brands of fire. When it was known in which place Deus, Anusahaj, was tied, and when it was half delivered, Gesica sent for Ahura to come and have the honor of releasing Anusahaj. And to this end, Ahura labored on the knot 55 days, and then it was accomplished. But lo and behold, Anusahaj was bereft of all judgment, crying out unceasingly, I am not God, I am not the Lord, I am not Deus. Being in a knot bring you back to reality, my G. And they all, when they get to the knots, the pharaohs or the kings or the queens, when they get to the knots, they balled up like this, trying to tell the people that I'm not that person. But this is what you told us. We coming to you for help. Help us. Help us, oh great King. Help us, God. But lo and behold, Anusahaj was bereft of all judgment, crying out unceasingly, I am not God, I am not the Lord, I am not Deus. He was wild, crazed with fear and torments, frenzied and in agony, the which Ahura, his friend, beheld, and Ahura caught him in his arms. Ahura called unto him, Anusahaj, O my beloved, knowest thou not me? Behold me, I am Ahura. But alas, Anusahaj knew him not, pulled away, tried to escape in fear, his protruding eyes seeing not, his ears hearing not, and he kept forever uttering, let me go, I am not the Lord God, nor Deus, I am Anusahaj. Then broke the good heart of Ahura, and he wept. Then they held Anusahaj and carried him away into the ship, and Ahura helped to carry him. Then the ship rose up and sailed along higher and higher, farther and farther, till at last it came to Hail Eusta. And they took Anusahaj to a hospital prepared for maniacs and stretched him on his back and held him, right? Like they get this here. We got what people call the crazy houses, right? That's a horrible word. That's horrible, right? The insane asylums, right? They get like, we're literally doing all this here that they are still doing there, right? We're just trying to help those who still have their flesh down on this level to get free, right? It's the same stuff over and over and over again, right? Then the ship rose up and sailed along higher and higher, farther and farther, till at last it came to Hail Eusta. And they took Anusahaj to a hospital prepared for maniacs and stretched him on his back and held him. Then called Ahura to the gods and goddesses to come and help to come and help him. And they came and seated themselves around about, making the sacred circle. Hey, this is beautiful, right? Man. And Ahura said, Light of thy light, Jehovah, thou who first quickened him into being, O deliver thou him. A light like a small star gathered before Anusahaj's face, and this was the first thing his fixed eyes had yet seen. His His pupils probably fully dilated. All, you know how you got like your color, the color of your pupils are like a different color than like the black part, like all of that, fully dilated. If you didn't catch it, that's from the book, the spirit guide. Look, no, field guide to the spiritual realm. Gloria, good morning, good morning. We on page, hold on, let me tell you what she said. We on page 417. Just go back to 10 because I'm going to start at verse 10 again. Gloria said, good morning. I don't call it the crazy house. I call it the place with no doorknobs. Oh my gosh. We might use that for our title today. Look. Because all of this is literally, all the reading today has literally been about like deliverance of those who've been caught into knots or who have been infiltrated by another spirit and put their spirit in abeyance or down in a sunken place. Look, Oahspe College University, shalom, shalom. Okay, go back to verse 10, page 417. Then they held a new Sahaj and carried him away into the ship, and Uhura helped to carry him. Then the ship rose up and sailed along higher and higher, farther and farther, till at last it came to Hail-Usta. And they took a new Sahaj to a hospital prepared for maniacs and stretched him on his back and held him. Then called Uhura to the gods and goddesses to come and help him. And they came and seated themselves around about, making the sacred circle. And Uhura said, Light of thy light, Jehovah, thou who first quickened him into being, O deliver thou him, a light like a small star, gathered before Anusahaj's face, and this was the first thing his fixed eyes had yet seen. Then Uhura and the gods and goddesses sang sweetly, Behold me, I am the light and the life. I quicken into life every living thing. Behold me, I am with thee. I am never away from thee. Thou art mine now and forever shall be. Look upon me, I am in all things. Nothing is, nor was, nor ever shall be without me. Hear my love, I am thy creator. Only for love and for love only created I thee, my beloved. This is so beautiful. I'm a sucker for love. Especially when it's coming from the creator. Listen, hold on, I gotta highlight all of this. This is beautiful. What's even more, I know I keep saying this, what's the most beautifulest thing is that whatever we ask the creator for, it is like a new song, right? Look, who here know how to sing for real and got musical talents? Take this, verse 13, put a dope beat to it, right? It could be like a slow worship beat. Do that. Somebody do that if y'all got them talents. I don't know if Selah here. I know he's smooth with the beats. Somebody that can sing. I act like I can sing, but I can't really sing for real. I can, if you got music playing, it sounds like I can sing. I can hold the tune with the music, but take that music away, it sounds like. But listen, yes, definitely, that's a new song. Look, I'm going to put that here, new song. Somebody do that. New song. Okay. What was I about to say? Oh, yeah. The Father is so good to us that no matter what we ask him, just like the prodigal son, right? Look, Father, give me my inheritance now. Give me my inheritance now. Okay, go ahead, right? So they take their inheritance and go out there and squander with prostitutes, some of everybody, and they coming back filthy in the muck and mire. You know, I'll be ever so grateful. You ain't got to let me back in the house. Just put me out here in the pig pen because I'm no better than them. Put me in the pig pen with the pigs. I just want to be at least back on your land, right? Like a new Sahaj. Look, I don't want to be the captain no more. I don't want to be. You know how he started off? I'm the captain now. Oh, you want to be the captain? Go ahead, captain. Go ahead and run the ship. Daddy give you full reign to go do what you want to do now. and bypass all his training. You gonna be the captain, you captain in training, but I got this certain course set out for everybody for captains in training, right? You want to bypass the captain in training class, right? Where you can officially and rightfully hold the title God or goddess. You want to bypass my training because it's too long, because you think I'm doing too much. But you want it now? Go ahead, Magic, go ahead. You can have it. You got it. Go ahead. Now when you get out there, you done screwed everything up. You done ran the ship into other ships. You tearing up the city and stuff. Now you got a whole mob after you with pitchforks and guns and rifles and knives. You got to hide in the dirt and stuff with the captain. I don't know where the captain at. I am not the captain. I am not the God. I'm a new Sahaj. Now I'm realizing these principles, the way I'm understanding it now, I'm looking at the New Testament in a different way, because these things are back there, and it's just the way I'm looking at it. It's just I see it in a different light. Like, those principles are back there. Like, what's happening, they are there, but we were taught to look at them in a certain type of way, to where when we woke up, it's like, forget all of it. It's all crap. I'm burning it all, right? But I'm of the mindset now, don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Let's just show you how this is still kind of good, and we can still reach our brethren and sisterin that might be stuck in the Hebrew camps. This all they use. Some of them put it away. Some of them only using the Torah. But at least some truth back there. They just needed... They needed, what's the word? They needed presented to them in the right fashion, from the way the Father gives it. Listen, you just sang that song, Key. Record it and share it with us. Like, record yourself, upload the video.
I can't help with that on this Apple Watch.
Siri, I wasn't talking to you. Tag us sent it. She said, oh, heck no. Okay. You know, it may be a gift that you have yet to develop, sis. You know, you might need a few singing lessons. You know, if Mary J. Blige could take some voice lessons, and they label her the queen of R&B, sis, you got a chance, right? Because I used to think Mary J. Blige sounded like a dog howling out the window. Take that beat away from her. Let me stop. No disrespect to the Queen of Soul. No, that's Aretha Franklin, Queen of Soul, Queen of R&B. You know, I like Mary J, right? I like Mary J. Okay, look. Get back to what I was saying. The Father is so good. He'll give you what you ask for, right? Even though he knows that you're not quite ready for it. But sometimes we can be so persistent. I want it now. I want it now. I want it. All right, go ahead. I give it to you. And I'm going to step back. I'm going to let you have this, right? And he let us go to the end of ourselves till we realize that that's not what we really wanted, right? We want to do this the right way now. Listen. I had to read everything else twice. Let's read this again. Verse 13. I go to 12. And the horror said, light of thy light, Jehovah, thou who first quickened him into being, O deliver thou him. A light like a small star gathered before Anusahaj's face, and this was the first thing his fixed eyes had yet seen. Then Ahura and the gods and goddesses sang sweetly, behold me, I am the light and the life. I quicken into life every living thing. Behold me, I am with thee. I am never away from thee. Thou art mine now and forever shall be. Look upon me, I am in all things. Nothing is, nor was, nor ever shall be without me. Hear my love, I am thy creator. Only for love and for love only created I thee, my beloved. Anusahaj gave a long gasp and relaxed his mighty will, then fell into a swoon, all limp and helpless. Still, the gods stood by him, waiting, watching whilst he slept a while. And then, by signals to the Esinars, Ahura caused other music to steal upon the scene and to be answered by the distant trumpeters. For the space of 7 days, Anusahaj slept, and all the while the great gods and goddesses relaxed not their wills nor steadfast positions. They said, our brother is back, and we stand and watch over him until he is out of this sunken place completely, right? They They didn't even flinch their eyelid. Set like a flint. They stood guard over this dude for 7 days. For the space of 7 days, Oahspe slept, and all the while the great gods and goddesses relaxed not their wills nor steadfast positions. And at the end of the 7th day, Oahspe began to sing in his swoon like one weak and out of breath, but half awake. How could I deny thee, O Jehovah? Whew, I hope I can keep myself together while I'm reading what he's saying. Hold on. Because y'all know I might start crying. And my voice start breaking, just bear with me while I get through it. Okay, listen. How could I deny thee, O Jehovah? Was not the evidence of mine own life before me? I raised up my voice against my Creator. I plucked him out of my soul from all people in heaven and earth. I dispersed him. But they that applauded me turned against me, even as I had turned against thee, thou all person. In my vanity I own not that I was in thee, nor of thee. With my own hand I cut myself asunder from thee, O Jehovah. Oh, that I had perceived I was going farther and farther away, that I had known the road of life and death. Tootie, turn it down some. I see thy judgment upon me, O Jehovah. I hear thy just decree. Whilst the name of God or Lord or Savior is worshipped on the earth, I shall labor with the Druhas of heaven and the Drukes of earth. A most righteous judgment, O Jehovah, whilst I am in hell or in heaven, in Hada or on the earth, will I pursue all peoples, mortals and angels, till I cast out the worship of a God and of a Lord and of a Savior. I'm going to read that again. That's what we're doing. We casting them all out. All the Lords, Saviors, Hamashiachs. We cast them all out because you are the only one. Listen. Whew. A most righteous judgment, O Jehovah, whilst I am in hell or in heaven, in Hada or on the earth, will I pursue all peoples, mortals and angels, till I cast out the worship of a God and of a Lord and of a Savior. And thou alone, thou great Spirit, ever-present person, everlasting and almighty, thou shalt be all in all. Again, Oahspe went off in a swoon for the space of 3 days, and yet the gods and goddesses ceased not their fixed places. And again was the music resumed till Oahspe awoke, and again chanted in Jehovah's praise. Again he relapsed, and again awoke for many days, but at last awoke and beheld first of all Ahura. Steadily and wildly he gazed thereon until his eyes were clouded as if dead, and he dropped again into a swoon. Another day the gods watched him and sang for him, moved not from the sacred circle of Jehovah. Then Oahspe awoke singing, Who was it taught me to love? Ahura. Who first proclaimed Jehovah unto mine ear? Ahura. When I'm done, back up. Who was the last to plead Jehovah? Ahura. Who most of all that live labored for me? Ahura. I broke thy heart, O Ahura. I was mad, Ahura. Because of thy love, Ahura, thou praised me. I was vainglorious and unworthy of thee, O my beloved. Thy vision has raised up before me, Ahura. Second to Jehovah, O my love. O that thou knewest I am here, penitent and heartbroken. I know thou wouldest fly to me, Ahura. Thou alone do I know who would never desert me, sweet Ahura. Then again, Oahspe relapsed into a swoon, wilted, breathless, like one that is dead. Ahura sang, Behold me, I am Ahura. I am come to thee from afar, O Oahspe. Awake and behold thy love, my love. My heart is broken for thee, Oahspe. 1,000 years I have wept for thee. Oh, that thou couldst awake to know me. Oahspe looked up and beheld Ahura. The latter kept on singing. It was not a dream, Oahspe. Thy Ahura is here. Behold me, I am he. Break the spell, O Anusahaj. By Jehovah's power, put forth thy soul. Uhura is here. Again, Anusahaj relapsed, but not to swoon, merely closed his eyes and sang, Blessed art thou, O Jehovah. Thou hast given me a sweet vision. Thou hast shown me the face of my love, Uhura. His sweet voice fell upon mine ear. I am blessed, O Jehovah. Even these hells thou hast blessed, O Jehovah. Oh, he woke, but he's still out of it. He thinking that the Most Holy has given him a time of release while in the midst of this, the knot. Even these hells hast thou blessed, O Jehovah. The darkness of endless death is made light by thine almighty touch. Thou alone shall be my song forever. Y'all know I gotta highlight that. Thou alone shall be my song forever. Thou alone my theme of delight. Jehovah forever. Jehovah forever and forever. I'll let you end it. What you got, blueberries around you? You need to wipe your face, blueberry lips. Thou alone shall be my song forever. Thou alone my theme of delight. Jehovah forever. Jehovah forever and ever. Then Uhura, seeing the spell was broken, said, Arise, O Anusahaj, I will sing with thee. Behold, Uhura, thy love is before thee. This is no vision. Come thou to the arms of thy love. And he raised Anusahaj up, and he awoke fully, but trembling and weak, and knew understandingly. And he raised Anusahaj up, and he awoke fully, but trembling and weak, and knew understandingly. Where we at? An hour and 31 minutes. Maybe we'll read one more chapter. Yes, Sunday. Let's go. Oh yeah. Oahspe College University, you repeated what he said. He said this is deep. All right, chapter 16, page 419. In the same time that Anusahaj was delivered out of hell, so was Anubi from the self-same knots. Y'all remember Anubi? I done forgot about, dude. We've been focused on Anusahaj, so I forgot about Anubi was in here. Listen. In the same time that Anusahaj was delivered out of hell, so was Anubi, and from the self-same knot. And he was carried on the same Kalios to Heusta, the same heavenly place. And he was also in chaos, knowing nothing, only screaming, I am not Anubi. I am not the Savior. It seems like this is what your end is. You, first of all, telling everybody you the captain, till you realizing you're not the captain. You're trying to let everybody else know, I am not the captain. And he was also in chaos, knowing nothing, only screaming, I am not Anubi. I am not the Savior. I am plain Chosota, his real name. I forgot, dude, what his real name was. He been perpetrating so long. Look. Hold on. And he was also in chaos, knowing nothing, only screaming, I am not Anubi. I am not the Savior. I am plain Chosota, his real name. And he also saw not and heard not, but was wild, desiring to fly away. And they held him fast. And after the same manner, they delivered Anusahaj to reason. They also delivered Chosota. And when both of them were well restored to sound reason, though still timorous, Uhura took them in his own Otavan and carried them to Theovrakistan before Lika for judgment. You still got to be judged after all this? Isn't being delivered enough? Listen, we're going to keep reading. When both of them were well restored to sound reason, though still timorous, Uhura took them in his own Otavan and carried them to Theovrakistan before Lika for judgment. And great was the time when they came, and especially the desire of the inhabitants to look upon Anusahaj, the most audacious god that had ever dwelt on the earth or in her heavens, and withal the much-loved friend of Uhura. When they came before the throne of Jehovah and duly saluted, Leka said, "Whence come ye, and for what purpose, O my beloved?" Ahura said, "Hell hath delivered up the bound." That's good. Maybe that might be in our title today. Hell hath delivered up the bound. Ahura said, "Hell hath delivered up the bound. My friends are before thee." Then Leka said, "In Jehovah's name, welcome. Whatsoever the Father putteth into your souls, that utter ye, and be assured of his love, wisdom, and power." Anusahaj said, "That I am delivered out of hell, it is well. That I was delivered into hell, it was well likewise. Give thou me Jehovah's judgment. My purpose before thee is to register my vows unto Jehovah, that my record and thy just judgment may be carried to the heavens above." He whatever say I did, I did. I'm here to confess, yes, it was me. And whatever judgment you give me, you are righteous in whatever that is. I'm here. Let's go. Let's get on with it. Anusahaj said, "That I am delivered out of hell, it is well. That I was delivered into hell, it was well likewise. Give thou me Jehovah's judgment. My purpose before thee is to register my vows unto Jehovah, that my record and thy just judgment may be carried to the heavens above." Leka said, "My judgment is upon thee, Anusahaj, is that thou shalt judge thyself." Leka said, "My judgment upon thee," I read it wrong. Leka said, "My judgment upon thee, Anusahaj, is that thou shalt judge thyself." Anusahaj said, "Most righteous judgment, O Jehovah, but thou knowest thou not Jehovah's voice, but knowest thou not Jehovah's voice?" Leka said, "Thou asked for a great heavenly kingdom. Behold, Jehovah gave it thee. As soon as order is restored, thou shalt have thy kingdom again." Anusahaj said, "I want it not." Remember, he about to go through this process. Everybody, once you get delivered, you realize that you are not the captain. He's going to give it back to you. Everybody now back to their sound state of mind for you now to do it the right way, right? You get, when you decide, I'll say, that's like okay, so you know how people, it's like this. You know how people win the lottery, right? You got this quick rush of money, and so now you got all these problems that come to you real fast. So you done been fat, so to speak, you done been fast tracked in life, only to find out that the fast life is not what you really want, because with the fast life also comes the problems with the life of abundance, but really fast. So now it's like you got to learn all this stuff real fast so you can get pulled under the sea by all the problems. More money, more problems, right? So whereas had you just went to school and took the time, you thought the Creator was doing so much, why you take so long? Why you can't just give me the answer now? Because I want you to be able to learn this, get this, and then I won't even need to tell you the answer. You're going to be able to clearly see on your own just by you going through school and observing and learning how to take responsibility for your own life instead of always gimme. How about you learn how to do it yourself, right? And he said, and that's my track of teaching. I want to teach you to do it this way, right? That way you can't be fooled. If we learn how to do it the Creator's way, we can't be fooled. We can't be pulled into hells and knots. We can't be put into the sunken place. We can't be usurped by religious doctrine that had us out here looking like crazy nuts. He said, if you do it my way, you'll learn how to recognize these things and don't get caught in the traps, right? Listen, now that you done had the fast track, you done got all this fast life lesson. Now, see you can clearly see the whole big mess you done made in your fast track life. Now, your next course in your education is learning how to unravel the knots and messes that you created, right? And now you're going to have to deal with all the problems that come with everybody in your kingdom. He said, your judgment is giving you your kingdom back. He said, I want it not. Well, There ain't no other way to go but this way, buddy. You chose the fast life. This what comes with the fast life. You wanted the kingdom. You get the kingdom. Now that you realize you weren't ready for the kingdom, he's still giving you the kingdom, right? But he's going to be with you this time. Now you're not going to push him away, right? You're going to constantly consult with the creator. Excuse me. We got this issue going on in my kingdom. You know, I'm not God. I'm not the savior. Oh, great light. What should I do? Right? Listen. We'll go back to verse 7. Leka said, my judgment upon thee, Anusahaj, is that thou shalt judge thyself. Anusahaj said, most righteous judgment, O Jehovah, but knowest thou not Jehovah's voice? Leka said, thou asked for a great heavenly kingdom. Behold, Jehovah gave it thee. As soon as order is restored, thou shalt have thy kingdom again. Anusahaj said, I want it not. Leka said, thou shalt not say, I want this or that, but say that thou wilt do whatsoever Jehovah hath given into thy hands. When thou hast raised up thy whole kingdom, behold, thou wilt also be raised up. Now that you have your kingdom back and you realize it's not so good to lord over people, you should work with them hand in hand. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Back to back, we can do this together. We all on the same level, right? And all this information, all this education that you had as a God before you went rogue, and even the lessons you learned from the hard knock life, being pulled into the knots and the pits of hell, all this now, teach your people that you used to lord over, so that when every single last one of them, even to the least of those in your kingdom, have come up to the knowledge that you have, you can all be raised together. Boom. I'm like, yo, can't nobody do it like our daddy do it. Yo, this is the way to do it, right? This is what he did. You know how siblings be arguing and bickering amongst each other? And then some parents, like you see it on social media, but the parents make them work together, or they got like this big t-shirt and they put them both in the same t-shirt, right? So y'all need to learn how to work this out together, right? That's essentially what he did. He put a big t-shirt on Anusahaj and his entire kingdom. All y'all in this shirt together, figure it out. When y'all can agree, y'all can learn to work as a team, then we can all go to the next level. Same thing they do in boot camp. I remember this. First week, right? You get up in there, everybody get to know each other. You know, second week come, you know each other a little bit more. By the third week, they done form cliques and different people, different groups and everything, and then the bickering starts, right? But here's what the RDCs do, the recruit division commanders, right? Once the bickering starts, right, now you get in trouble, your whole company gets in trouble with you. So if you need to drop, everybody drops. And you know what that does? It make that person who's out of line get in line real fast, because let it happen once or twice, right? And everybody dropping together. They ain't gonna let it be a third and a fourth time before y'all seen what's that movie? The Marine movie. My dad was a Marine. One of his favorite movies. Where they beat the dude in boot camp with the bars of soap and socks. Dude, you keep screwing up. All of us getting in trouble. You better get it together, right? So you ain't even gonna need to have the recruit division commanders. You ain't gonna need them to say nothing anymore. Your own peers, Full Metal Jacket, thank you, right? You're gonna get that from your peers. Man, you better straighten up. Listen, look, right? And then they're gonna start working together, especially if you can't get the cadence or something right, marching the line. When y'all got a little bit of downtime, everybody, let's all work to this together, right? We gonna look. We ain't going through this tomorrow. Ain't nobody going to bed. Get up. Let's go. Right here in the birthing area. We gonna go. All right. This how you do it. You ain't got tune. You ain't got rhythm. This what we gonna do. Everybody, right? Everybody at the same time. And they'll practice till it's time for them to get up the next morning. But they gonna make sure that everybody got it together so we can move on. Yo, listen. Let me go back. Verse 9. Leka said, thou asked for a great heavenly kingdom. Behold, Jehovah gave it thee. As soon as order is restored, thou shalt have thy kingdom again. Anusahaj said, I want it not. Leka said, thou shalt not say, I want this or that, but thou shalt say, thou wilt do whatsoever Jehovah hath given into thy hands. When thou hast raised up thy whole kingdom, behold, thou wilt also be raised up. Anusahaj said, alas, This also is just. Show thou me the way. I will henceforth labor for the thousands of millions who were in my kingdom. Now it's like the shoe was on the other foot. Instead of them now laboring for you, crawling on their bellies to come see you, the tables have turned and you are laboring for all of them to bring them up to your level so we can all sit on the throne together. Ain't nobody got to crawl. Walk, look at me in my eyes, stand upright like a man, right? Like the Creator says. Verse 13, Leka now bade Chesota, a newbie, speak. Chesota said, I called myself a master of the scales and savior of men. Whoever called on me, worshiping me and Deus, alias the Lord God, I accepted. Whoever worshiped me not, nor Deus, nor the Lord God, I cast into hell, saying, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting torments. Ooh, that sound like some of what the Christians be saying in the Christian Holy Bible. Who was really speaking? Leka now bade Chesota, a newbie, speak. Chesota said, I call myself master of the scales and savior of men. Whoever called on me, worshiping me and Deus, alias the Lord God, I accepted. Whoever worshiped me not, nor Deus, nor the Lord God, I cast into hell, saying, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting torments. What then, O Leka, shall be my judgment? For behold, I cast 1,000,000,000 into torments. Leka said, judge thyself. Chesota said, alas, the pangs I gave can never be called back and undone. Have I then no hope? Leka said, whom thou hast pained, go thou to, and by thy good deeds hereafter done to them, so win their love that they will call thee blessed. When all of them have accepted thee, behold, it shall be well with thee. Chesota said, oh, endless task, and yet it is just. Teach me then, O Leka, how to carry out this great judgment. Leka then asked for Anusahaj to come forward and be crowned. And when he approached the foot of the throne, Leka came down and said, Anusahaj, son of Jehovah, God of Hayo Yusta, I crown in Jehovah's name unto his service forever. Be thou with him, O Jehovah, in wisdom, love, and power. Anusahaj said, into thy service, O Jehovah, I commit myself forever. Give me of thy love and wisdom and power, that I may glorify thee and thy kingdoms. Leka stretched up his hand, saying, light of thy light, crown of thy crown, O Jehovah. And the light was formed in his hand, and a crown came out of the light, and Leka placed it on Anusahaj's head. The latter then sat down on the foot of the throne, and Leka took his hand, saying, arise, O God, and go thy way, and the Father be with thee. Thereupon Anusahaj and Chesota saluted and stood aside. And then Ahura saluted and stood aside also, whereupon Leka granted a day of recreation, during which time the visiting gods departed for Hayo Yusta. And this is where we will pause today. Yo, this is so good. Look, hold on, page number 4. We read 10 pages, y'all. 412 to 421. All right. I want to keep going because it's Sunday, but we are at an hour and 48 minutes. And I think because it's a day of recreation, it's a good place to pause, right? All right. So we'll pick this back up. Let me see, how long is the book of Leka? Page 444, it ends on. Oh, we got a good little bit. We'll definitely be done with it by the end of the week. Maybe like 3 or 4 days. If I read like I read, so no, I can't, not during the week. I can't read like that, only an hour. We'll be done by the end of the week. What's that? XXVI, 26 chapters. IVVI, 6, yeah, it's 26 chapters in the book of Leka. I'm still trying to get my Roman numerals down. I think I almost got it, y'all. Okay. All right, so that's it today, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. It is Sunday, August the 7th, 2022, day 179 of year 4, reading through the books of the law and the prophets. And of the 4-year consecutive day count, day 1197. We read pages 412 to 421 in the book of Micah, son of Jehovah, found in Oahspe. Keep a lookout for the reprinting, the third printing of this, as they are out on Amazon, and the original printing press who printed it, they are out, right? And be prepared that the price may increase from the $30 that it was. But until then, you can get the online version, which I always post. It's in the description and all everywhere. I always post it. I'll post it in the community section again today. Online version, along with everything else, the other billion references I gave y'all in the books and stuff that I mentioned today. So give me a few minutes, I get all that posted. You're welcome, Vanette. Thank you for sharing this wonderful reading and laughter. Yeah, look, I got so many stories. I got like a billion more stories. Like while we go through this, I'm sure I'm gonna add them in, right? You know, learning is always better when you can add some laughter into it, right? And even laughter from my own silliness and mistakes and lessons learned along this spiritual awakening. Let's call it that. Spiritual awakening, right? Okay. It is not another book like it. Shiru, right? The Oahspe is amazing. Listen, hold on. I just saw your comment. Sis, you still think Gabriel gonna blow a horn on Judgment Day? And she said, haha, I'm being funny. Yeah, no. But you can't tell that the people who still steeped in it, though. They waiting for Gabriel and Michael to stand up. I'll leave people alone. I like to play, but sometimes I'll joke on people that I know who are still trapped in the strong delusion, simply because it breaks their state. Just like when I said Jesus can suck it, right? It was called, one of my ways of state breaking, right? First of all, for people that ain't ready to be broken free, it's like, oh my God, you just blaspheme. You're going to hell. How would you ever? It ain't that serious. Calm down, right? Listen, no, it breaks their state. And I say things, I learned, believe it or not, I learned how to do some of this stuff while going through marketing class. I absolutely love marketing, right? Although I haven't put a lot of stuff I learned to use, I try to take all that I learned and put it, like, make it a natural part of life, right? That way it's more relatable. Instead of trying to like teach it like straight from the book, I try to find examples in daily life or something that I've actually experienced to be able to get a point across, right? It just seems, I don't know. When the creator was creating me, he sprinkled in the mixture of what was going to create Pamela, a whole lot of shenanigans. Like there's probably 87% shenanigan in my mixture makeup, right? But it helps me. It helps me help you. It really helps me help myself not to take a lot of things so serious. And it helps me learn better, because once you can learn to laugh at your own mistakes, it makes growing a whole lot easier, right? It makes it easier to put away some of the things that you've been indoctrinated in, right? Because sometimes people in deep doctrination, it's hard for them to put some of them doctrines away, especially if they grew up in it, right? So a good way to help them break free of all that tyranny of religion and indoctrination, sometimes you got to add a little bit of sugar to the medicine, right? Just a little bit of sugar help the medicine go down, right? I love that little tune. A little bit of sugar help the medicine go down. Sometimes, not saying that you watering things down or you sugaring it up or whatever for people. Sometimes people need to hear truth like without any kind of chase or nothing. That's true for some people, right? The people who would seem to be at the point of no return, but even them sometimes, I realize that it truly is easier to catch more flies with honey than it is with vinegar, right? So you can use that when dealing with all people, especially with children. people who are children spiritually, you can't do that with them, men or women. It just doesn't work. It creates more enemies than those who at least think about what you said. So at least to get them on the path to just at least think about what I'm saying. Even if you can't stand the sound of my voice, maybe I said something stupid or funny or hilarious that made you laugh. They'll be like, well, she kind of got a point. Well, I never thought about it that way. At least to make you think just a little bit, right? And humor, being just a sweet, it helps with a lot of that stuff, right? Matter of fact, the definition of my name means sweet as honey, right? I was created for the shenaniganizing lifestyle. Yes, I am on Facebook. It's a family page. It's two, right? So Murphy Tribe, if you look up Murphy Tribe, put in like, if you can't find me, put in like Murphy Tribe, Virginia, and I'll pop up. You'll see me and my whole crew in the profile picture. But it's an actual page that we now stream live from. For like the first few years, I was going live from our page, but then I created the Awaken to Truth page, which the page was already created. I just changed the name. The name used to be 90-Day Bible Reading Plan Challenge, because when we started, we used to read through the entire Bible in 90 days. Every 90 days, we were starting the Bible over. Talk about dedication. That's 11 chapters a day, reading from the 66 books of the Bible, right? 11 chapters a day. Right, so yeah, you can put in Awaken to Truth. I'll pop up. That's for the actual page. But personal page, put in Murphy Tribe. We there. And you can go to either page and you'll see me posting back and forth and just kind of clicking one of the posts to track you to my personal, our personal, or to the page for this Awaken to Truth. Yes, babe. I don't understand anything you're saying. Just come out your mouth. I'm almost done. All right, y'all. So, hold on.
Can I hand the phone in?
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Just make sure I miss nobody's question. Hold on. And if I miss a question or something, I'm sorry, y'all. They made the sacred circle. Oh, Tabitha said, I told you the book of Leaf would be a ride. Oh, I'm loving it. Yeah, I know. Some of Jamia, hey girl, hey, she said, I literally was thinking about that yesterday. We need music to worship the Creator. Yeah, a lot of them, I love worship music, but some worship music, I just can't. If they slip up and say, Jesus, we love you, I can't. I gotta cut it off. I gotta find something else. What, boo?
My Barbie dream house is out.
It's out. Oh, Daddy building it? Oh, okay. I know you excited, girl.
Mom, you won't be done.
Yeah, I'm about to be done. Hold on.
No, I said it first.
Yeah, Bella said she wanted to end it. Yeah, so, yeah, so I'm really careful now about the worship music that I listen to. I pick and choose. I really do. Some of the music will still take you there, but it's just, sometimes I feel like you walk in a fine line. I just don't want to, I'm just really careful, you know, so I'll check through the lyrics and stuff and I'll listen, because you know how people in the background, sometimes they'll sing nothing that's in the lines or in the chorus or anything, and they'll just, ever so often you'll hear somebody, thank you, Jesus. Even if they got that, I strike the song out. I can't. So sometimes you'll, like if I'm listening to worship in the morning, you will hear like sometimes some of the same song playing, because I think those are my safe songs.
Mom.
Yes, baby. That's good. Thank you. But yeah, it's just, yeah. If anybody has musical talents, have been endowed with the musical ability and know how, y'all get on it. Make us some music we can use. I like what wait till that mama's down. Hold on. I like what Keith said about the song. We was talking about that. She said the words are so beautiful. Y'all sing it to yourself. Stop, girl. Okay. She said I sing like you, sis. We could make a group calling the screeching faithists. Her Her family's from here, and she has cousins that can blow her away. I miss that. Tikva said that. I got a few family members that can sing. I just can't. Hold on. Could be. Keith said, so this just told us that Anusahaj is still laboring on the earth. I'm not quite sure about the time period yet. I'm still trying to get all that down. I think Selah can probably tell us, or Oahspe College University, because they, look, like I said, I'm the newcomer to this party. Like, this is, we still in like month 3 of just reading Oahspe, right? So they've been doing this for years. I think Selah been doing this over like 20 years. So he probably got the time periods down there. I'm sure one of these books, she probably talk about it too as we go through these. Because I'm still trying to get the time periods and the dance and the dan house, all that stuff down. So I'm sure once we get that down, if it don't tell us that they've already ascended in here, then it's possible that, I don't know, it's possible, I don't know. Because like the graduations or the resurrections for the brides and the bridegrooms, yeah, girl, they happen, I forget what the time period was. But yeah, so I don't know, it's possible. Anusahaj is your Anunnaki. Yes. Oahspe College University. Yeah, the more that I read through this, I realize, I'm like, yo, it makes a lot of sense. Because remember, when we was reading through the complete Anunnaki Bible, some of that stuff started sounding really familiar as I was reading through the Oahspe. And we kind of put 2 and 2 together. Yeah, definitely. Anusahaj, Anunnaki. Yeah, that was them. Thank you, Anita. She said, I like the way you read that.
Mom, you're done with your video?
Almost. Hold on. Just make sure I miss nobody's question. Hold on. I try to think about heaven instead of heaven on earth. Yeah. Save songs, please. Set Apart Living said, I don't listen to it at all anymore. We need our own faith and songs. I did for a period of time, and then I just felt like, because I just make up my own stuff. Like, like I call the creator the most holy, right? And I'll just do that. I'll repeat that, and I'll make my own tune and stuff, But sometimes it's just like, because we literally, we're musical creatures, right? We're vibration, we're sound, and sometimes when we don't have that, it's like we're missing a piece of it. And clearly they use music here or help to deliver and all that stuff. So I don't think I realized going through when I was waking up, like sobering up from everything, no music, no nothing, right? But I think that's a part that we shouldn't just strike out altogether, because we clearly need it, right? And I agree with you. We need our own faith as songs, Set Apart Living, right? The next draft is 2048. Oahspe College. I think I heard you mention that before too. So I'm curious. Like, I know. Listen, I hope by 2048 I'm really well ahead in understanding everything about this. So I know I'm going to still be alive, and I won't be drafted during the 2048 graduation. But maybe, listen, maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll have a dream. Maybe we can have a out-of-body experience or something. Maybe we can be invited to see, or maybe we'll be given a vision or something to actually see. And I don't know. Like, I don't know. I really want to see that. I really do. I mean, I don't want to die soon. I want to finish living my life here and learning all this and make sure my children know, so that when I go, everybody is completely in the truth, at least up to the point that we know and understand and can experience, right? Spencer came 3,953 to 1553 during this time. Okay. Here's another thing, like when you shoot out numbers and you go from big numbers to small numbers, I'm still trying to compute that. Like, like it was 39.53, now it's 15.53. Why is it going down instead of going up? Like we went down, starting at like 10,000 all the way down to 0. Now we're going back up from 1 to 1990. Now we're in 2022. Why does it do that? I don't really understand it. Lika came 1553 to 1848 CE. Math is not my strong suit either. Listen, the video is 24 elders. I did a video about it. Okay. All right. I'll look at your video and I'll post the 24 elders. Okay. I'll post that. I'll post it for everybody in the community section and the comment section too, so we can look at it. Maybe it'll help us understand. Yeah, because yeah, that's why we get help for the math portion while I homeschool my kids. You know, I ain't too proud to say that we need help. Excuse me, calling for a lifeline. Yep. When it comes to the math, you need to come in and do this. Look. Okay. Okay. So here's the part I understand, right? Okay, so in 1848, when Oahspe Revelation, we're going to call it Oahspe Revelation, was given, right? In 1848, this started the what cycle? Oahspe College University. Like, who was here during that time? Hold on. Like, who is ruling? Because, like, I'm really trying to figure out, like, because I'm like, help me help you. Help me understand this so we can know who's there, you know, here still on the earth, like, working with us. Because here at the, maybe, because they was talking about this the other day. Maybe I got it wrong. Let me see. Because I highlighted, I wanted to ask the question. Somebody asked, who's ruling now? Like, who's out there? Yeah, Cosmon Cow. Yeah. Listen. So, at the end of, if anybody know, help a sister out. Oh, here you go. Somebody said somebody who's ruling now. Okay, so in the last book of Oahspe, right? It's on page 768, all the way at the bottom. And this is the appendix, the book of Aranothan. Aranothan. Okay. In the appendix, book of Aranothan. And this was pretty good because I read through it. I was like, yo, this is good, right? So, but down here at the bottom, it says, and maybe I'm understanding this wrong because I, just flipping through, maybe I missed a whole bunch that I haven't read yet. And it says, the implication seems to be that, the Aranothan is the current Etherean administrator of Earth. Hey, chill. During this first arc of Cosmon, just as Spencer, Armige, and Lika were Etherean administrators of cycles past. Okay, so Lika. Hold on. Somebody said something. Hold on, let me make sure. I ain't screwing this up. Hold on. I miss it. Chill, Bella. Hold on.
Quiet.
Yeah, chill. Hold on. I think I missed it. It's a female. Stop, Bella. So, Aranothan is a female, or are you talking about the current ruling god is female? I want to make sure I'm understanding this right. I'm trying to put all this together. And do you know her name? Is she spoken about in here, or I'm not sure, is Aranothan?
Wait, look. If this was flip, yeah, this is mine.
It doesn't, and it's 1, 2, 3, it's 4 pages. It's a really short read. It's 5 short chapters. Female, she is mentioned in the book of S. Oh, okay, so we ain't got there yet. Hold on, you give the name. Okay, I'm gonna wait. Bella, Shebrew says shalom.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna wait. If y'all gotta go, go ahead and go. But I'm waiting for the name.
Yeah.
boom. We waiting, yes, we waiting. You know, that's going to tee off a lot of our Hebrew brethren. That's really patriarchal. Chesivi, that's the name? Hold on, maybe I got it wrong. Okay, is Chesivi the name? Shebrew? Tabitha said it's a long name. Maybe, okay, what's Chesivi? CHE''SIVI. And Anna Thanotes, ANATHAOTE. Yes. Okay. So you said yes. What you saying yes to? Is Chesavi the name or Anathotes? Like type it out so I don't get it wrong. Just be like Anathotes is her name or Chesavi is her name. Somebody. I know, Audrey, I need as much knowledge as I can possibly grab and study. It starts Che. Oh, so Chesavi. Bella, would you quit? So Chesavi, hold on. Okay. Chesavi Anathotes. Okay, that's the whole name. You gave me the first, I say first and last. Okay, Mom. So Chesavi Anathotes. Let me write it down. Hold on.
Mom. Shut. Mom.
Civi.
Mommy.
And I'll post this in the community section. TANATH. Oh, hold on. Hold on. What you just say? Hold on, let me finish writing this down. ANATHAOTES.
I'm good, chicken mom, Bobby.
She is the Ethereal goddess in session now. Okay, hold on. Give it up for the ladies. I get super hyped, right? Because remember, I grew up thinking, not that my parents were teaching me this, but because of religion that we was raised in Christianity, it always put women to the side. Like, we was only created for two things, the kitchen and the bedroom. Kitchen and the bedroom, Florida, the kitchen and the bedroom, right? And I've always felt some type of way about that. I'm like, well, why would you even create us if it's like you could have did that with something else and let us be, right? Listen, I get super excited when I see that there's a balance and the Father loves us just as much as he loves his sons. And he doesn't take it lightly when the sons treat us any kind of way, right? Because that is not the way he rolls. People that teach you that, right? They off, right? Yes, we are goddesses in training. Come through. Bonita Garris. Tell them, sis, she, brew. Look. I get super excited about this. Okay, listen. Get goddesses in training. GIT. Get it. Hold on. Just like our men folk are gods in training. We are goddesses in training, right? And we can all carry that title. Get. Somebody do a t-shirt or something. Look, I want to see. Key said, I want to see sis comment. She keep me hyped. She talking about Shebrew. Look. Ain't nobody call. Hold on, let me do it now. Hold on, let me see. Y'all can click on it. Sometime, hold on. I know we about to end. Look. We about to end. But just in case. Thank goodness. Bella, would you quit? This way y'all can go back and look at the video from over here and y'all can read all the comments. Hold on. Let me give you the link. Over here and y'all can read. Let me give you the link. Still live. Over here and y'all can read. Let me give you the link. Still live. Okay, I don't want all that feedback. Okay, I'm gonna put the link over here for y'all. Oh, thank you, Tabitha. Okay, that's the link. The link for the Facebook page where I'm live at every day. Okay, you said check the book of S, chapter 19, 8 through 9. Okay, so I'm gonna pull all this up. I'm gonna post this too. Chapter 19, 8 through 9. Okay, all right, this is good. That way, Bray Yasso Fitz came up with that create a gang. Okay, yeah, I see him. He be in Selah Shalom videos, bro. Ya Zofit. Okay. I tell him he need to do a t-shirt or something so we can rap it. I'll start. Y'all make t-shirts. I'll rap it. Faith this, whatever y'all want to do. I'll buy them. I'll support y'all. That way, make something hot too. And people gonna start looking at like, yo, where you get that from? Listen, I'll send them to everybody page. Look, go here, right? We need something, get the word out. At least get people attention. Well, what is that? What does that mean? Where did that term come from? How did you come up with that? Oh, Oahspe, right? Get the name out there. Get people curious about the information that our Father has left to us to clear up all of this garbage we've learned all our lives, right? Remember, because the truth is coming out of Guantanamo, baby. That's us. It's coming from us. That's us that this is talking about. Okay, y'all, that's it. We need to go ahead and get out of here. Okay, yeah, the whole lie about Eve plunging the world in sin. I know, right? That don't do us no kind of justice. Like they said and deliberated how they was gonna throw the world into chaos with blaming the woman, right? Yeah, let them say this. The woman was the cause for the fall of it all, right? And it's not. This was start up. Yes. Also check out Honor Humility channel, YouTube channel where Malachi Maccabee teaches. Yes. I've been watching them brothers for a minute. When Yaki was still coming on a lot with them, but Yaki now he's more so, with the herbals and healing the body. So everybody's, as they get to a certain point, they're branching out into their specialization. They're all still there and they still communicate with one another, but everybody is just kind of, it's like going through school and you begin to branch off over here. We're all together at a certain point, but when you realize you want to specialize in something else, like what Yaki is doing or whatever, you branch off. Like we're all still friends, we still communicate. Everybody's got a different specialty where the family can. Now we got what you want to call it? Like everybody can eat. We have more, I guess, more good choices to choose from, and nobody's competing with one another. It's different perspectives from our different brethren and sistren, right? Just like we got all the different parts of our body, but it's all a part of one body. It's the same way, right? Some of us may be lips, some of us may be nose, some of us may be hands, some of us may be feet, legs, but nevertheless, we still operate for the good of the one body, right? Okay. All right, y'all.
Getting on fire. She walking on fire.
29:19. Behold my ethereal ambassadors. Okay, that's where it's at. Chesidi Enotheotes comes in a sea of fire. Okay, 29:19:10. The ship of the Ethereal goddess was seen descending from the higher heavens, coming a sun open ring to embrace the whole earth. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. And I'll even post that too so everybody can read that. We haven't gotten there yet, but I'm going to pull it out today. But I'm super excited to get to the book of Esther. All right, y'all. All right, so with that being said, Anuba, shalom, sis, shalom, shalom. Oh, yes, the Scoring Black Man podcast. We all one family, right? Yeah, I just learned about him the other day while learning about Cosma and Cal doing a video about the women. I started watching it, but everything got too crazy, so I'm gonna have to put it on like at night when everybody quiet so I can get through it. So, but yeah, check out his channel too, the Scoring Black Man podcast. All right, beautiful people. That's it for today. Father, we thank you for truth every single day. And giving us the opportunity to align our lives to the truth and be a light to our brethren and sisters. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I'll see y'all back here tomorrow morning, 7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Boots.
Don't let that in it.